Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Corporate HRM channel. My name is Fanindra. I am working as a HR business partner at NTT Data. So in this video, I am going to explain about full and final settlement, which is shortly called as FnF. So what is meant by FnF, full and final settlement? I am going to explain it clearly in this video, so you can watch this video till the end. So what do you mean by FnF? F&F, full and final settlement, is a process of calculating the payables of resigned, exited or retired employees along with the additional earnings as per the last withdrawn salary. So if the last withdrawn salary is 1,20,000, then you have to calculate it accordingly. That is 1,20,000. It shouldn't go beyond or less of 1,20,000. Got it? And generally this F&F, full and final settlement, will be processed only for the resigned employees or exited employees or retired employees. Usually many HRs follow different kind of procedures as per their HR policies that are being maintained in their organizations. So usually HRs, what they do is they prepare full and final settlement post relieving of the candidate or associate. But my suggestion is, from my end, I can tell you that the F&F should be processed on or before last working day. The reason being is, usually HR business partners will be taking the exit interviews on the last working day. So associate should be completely aware of the recoveries that we recover from him or the earnings that we pay to him. So he should be completely aware of it, which creates a proper employee experience. Got it? And usually the F&F should be done on or before last working day. And what sort of procedure you follow in the in while processing the F&F is what I'm going to explain to you right now. So the recoveries completely depend on the HR policies of the organization. If you ask me how, I'm going to explain it right now. So I have mentioned two columns here: recoveries from employee and earnings by employee. F&F doesn't only mean that you are going to recover the things from the employee. It also means that you are going to pay the earnings that are earned by employee. So coming to the recoveries from employees. So this completely depend on the HR policies of the organization. So retention bonus, joining bonus, additional leaves utilized, certification amount reimbursement, advance salary, service agreement penalty, loss without pay, loan recovery, damage or loss. So all this comes under recoveries. So coming to this retention bonus, as per HR policies, if employee has taken retention bonus and not served minimum of 1 year or 2 year in the 2 years in the organization, then HR has every right to recover the retention bonus from the employee. So certain kind of policies has to be implemented. The name itself, the retention bonus name itself define what kind of bonus it is. It is a retention bonus. You are providing retention bonus to the employee in order to retain him at least for a minimum of 1 year or 2 years. Got it? And if he is not willing to serve at least for 1 year or 2 years, then HR has every right to recover the retention bonus from the employee. And the second recovery would be joining bonus. So joining bonus is a kind of welcoming bonus that we provide to the associate once he joined the organization, maybe either in the first payroll or else in the third payroll after completion of his probation. So it completely based on the HR policies of the organization. So joining bonus is something like, again, a clause is being maintained for this joining bonus. For example, if employee is not serving minimum of 1 year, then the joining bonus which was disbursed to him shall be recovered. Got it? And the next would be additional leaves utilized. So usually as per the HR policies, employees are eligible to avail general leaves, and these general leaves include two categories such as sick leaves and casual leaves. And if employee has already utilized the exceeding exceeding accruals, for example, per year employee is eligible to avail only 12 sick leaves or casual leaves, and if he is exceeding using the leaves, then that additional leaves that were utilized by the associate shall be recovered by F&F. And the fourth one would be certification amount reimbursement. So usually L&D department, which is called as learning and development department, provide this kind of inputs to us. For example, if any associate has enrolled for any certification and it is the organization cost, right? So as organization is costing on the employee, so minimum we expect employee has to be retained for at least 1 year or 2 years, because we have we have invested on him, on the certification, on his skill improvement. So if employee is not willing to serve completely for 1 year, or else he has resigned before 1 year by breaching the clause, then definitely it is a, I mean, HR have complete right to recover the certification amount. Got it? And the next would be advance salary. So few companies will be having their policies in their policies of this advance salary. Few companies won't be having such kind of policy. But if you have such kind of policy, then definitely if employee he has not completely if you have not completely recovered the advance salary from the associate, then the rest amount shall be recovered through FnF. This is very important to remember. And the next would be service agreement penalty. So as per Payment of Wages Act, and service agreement penalty shouldn't be recovered, because employment agreement itself is offense. If you are going to recover the service agreement penalty from the associate, it is highly offensive. So service agreement penalty should not be recovered, but still there are few organizations who take service agreement from the associates, and if they are breaking the bond, if they are breaching the bond or service agreement, then the penalty has to be recovered from the associate. And the next would be loss without pay. So generally, as per HR policies, if any employee is availing leaves while serving notice period, that will be considered as loss of pay. And the number of days which were considered as loss of pay will be recovered in the F&F. And the next would be loan recovery. If you are borrowing loan from the organization, and meanwhile you have resigned immediately, and the rest of the loan amount will be recovered. And the next would be fines like damage or loss which you have made in the organization. For example, if you have created any damage or loss for your assets like laptop, headphones, or mouse as such, that amount will also be recovered. So all these are the recoveries. We generally do it from the employees as per the HR policies and Payment of Wages Act. So coming to the earnings by employee. So usually there will be unpaid salary. For example, if employee has the last working day of employee has fallen after the payroll cut off date, then his salary will be on hold, and the hold salary will be processed, and that is called as unpaid salary. It will be processed within 45 days, and that 45 days shall be the SLA to process this F&F and credit the salaries to the employees. And the next would be gratuity. So gratuity, as per the Payment of Gratuity Act, employee has to has to serve 4.8 years in the organization. So then only he is eligible to get his gratuity amount. So this gratuity is something which employer will be contributed to the employee in terms of gratitude. Got it? And obviously few other organizations, they deduct this gratitude from the employee CTC itself. So if employee is serving more than 4.8 years, then only he is eligible to get the gratuity amount, and that gratuity amount we are going to pay it along with the F&F. And the next would be earned leaves or privilege leave encashment. So usually earned leaves are something, these are the leaves, additional leaves which will be accumulated by the employees. They can also utilize it, or else few associates, they accumulate it for the encashment purpose. So these earned leaves or privilege leaves are something which shall be encashed along with the F&F. And again, there will be a clause for it. An employee has to minimum serve 1 year in the organization, then only he is eligible for the encashment, or else he is not eligible for the encashment. And few organizations, they don't have encashment policy. So what they do is they simply adjust the earned leaves towards their notice period, and the rest notice period, they have to serve for sure. And if there is any business requirement, and if employee is completely serving notice period, then the accumulated earned leaves will be encashed, or else the encashment will not be there in that organizations, and only few organizations have such kind of policies. But as per the labor laws, encashment should be done for the employees. And the next thing would be share encashment. So if there are any ESOPs that are pending from the organization end, then those shares should also be encashed. I mean, most of the organizations, they won't provide ESOPs, but few product based companies or startups, they provide ESOPs, and that shares encashment should also be done. So usually this is a complete overview of this full and final settlement, and now I'm going to explaining about the process. This is very important. So if you understand the full and final settlement process, then only you will be able to perform your activity in the corporate. Got it? So for example, in order to explain this process, I will give you two situations or two examples. Associate 1 and Associate 2. The last working day of Associate 1 has fallen on 15th March 2023, and the last working day of Associate 2 has fallen on 24th March 2023. So these are the two situations that I want to take it here in order to explain the complete procedure of this full and final settlement processing. And coming to the payroll cutoff date, every organization will be having payroll cutoff date. I mean, if organization is crossing the manpower count or the head count of something around 400 or 500, then definitely they will implement this payroll cutoff date in their organizations. And mostly it would be something around 20th to 22nd March, of the respective month and year. Okay, so if any employee is relieving before 22nd March 2023, which means before payroll cutoff date, their respective salary will be processed within the respective month only. Which means here I have taken the example of March month, so their salary will be processed within March month. And the second case, if any employee is relieving on or after 22nd March, then their salary will be on hold only for the March month, and then next within 45 days their salary will be processed. Got it? So in the case of I have taken two examples, Associate 1 and Associate 2. So what is the last working day of Associate 1? 15th March 2023, which means his last working day has fallen before payroll cutoff date, so he will be receiving his salary within March month itself. But in the case of Associate 2, his last working day has fallen on 24th March, which is beyond the payroll cutoff date, which means his salary will be on hold, and it will be taking minimum 45 days to process his salary, or else his salary will be processed in the next payroll cycle. Got it? So generally this will be the process. If the payroll processing happens in the in-house, or else few organizations, they tie up with vendors like ADP and other there are few organizations who offer payroll services, and these organizations, they simply tie up with these vendors, and the respective vendors will be processing their salaries. If this is the situation, right, there will be no such kind of situations like Associate 1 and Associate 2. All the salaries will be on hold even though your last working day is fallen before payroll cutoff date, that is 15th March 2023. Your salary will be on hold, and your salary will be processed within 45 days if your payroll processing is being done by the respective vendors like ADP and all. Okay, if the payroll processing is being done by the in-house team, by HR operations team or payroll management team, then this is a procedure which generally they follow. And what sort of rules and regulations respective organization and the HR department have to follow while processing this FnF document. So coming to the first rule, exited employees should get no due clearances from the support departments. So we have various departments like IT department, admin department, operations department, HR department. So from and handover and takeover status shall be completed by your respective manager. So you need to get clearances from the respective departments. So the reason why you are going to get the no due clearances is because if there is any due, then your salary will be on hold. If there are no dues and you got clearances from every department, then your salary will not be on hold, it will be processed instead. Okay, so generally handover and takeover status is something where if you don't have any dependencies on the project, then your manager will be giving approval on it by stating no due clearance. Okay, and the next would be IT clearance. If you are going to submit your laptop, all the assets that you have received during onboarding process, if you are going to submit them to the IT department, then you are going to get the clearances post evaluation of your assets. And next you are going to get the clearances from finance department. If you don't have any recoveries, then only you are going to get the clearance from the finance department. And that is the last last clearance you are going to get when compared to all the departments. And the next would be admin department. If you are going to submit your ID card, then you are going to, your ID card will be deactivated by the administration department, and then your administration clearance, you are going to get the approval from the administration department on your node use. So likewise, you are going to get the node clearances from respective departments. So likewise, you'll be getting the node clearance from travel department and quality department. It depends on the organization again, what sort of departments you have to support employees. Okay. And the next would be, the second rule would be FnF document shall be processed on or before last working day. So this is not a rule, but you can consider this as a rule, because this would be very helpful for you to to manage a proper employee experience in the organization, so that employee will be aware of his recoveries if you are going to if you are going to process the financial settlement on or before last working day, so that you can explain the recoveries in the exit interview process. Got it? And the third rule would be maximum SLA period, the service level agreement period for salary processing within FnF shall be 45 days. It shouldn't exceed 45 days. This is very, very important to remember. If it is exceeding 45 days, then employee has every right to take the necessary disciplinary actions. And the next fourth rule would be all the recoveries shall be informed to associate on or before last working day. That's what I have already told you before. And employee has to be given with a choice of recovery either through first payment mode or salary adjustment, which means if you are willing to pay it, or if you are willing to pay it before itself, instead of adjusting that towards your salary or adjusting it by the process of FnF, if you want to pay it before itself, that is well and good, you can do it. Or else if you want to adjust that towards your salary, then you would be getting your in-hand salary less on the particular month. Got it? And it's completely your choice, and you have to talk to your HRs on this. So generally this would be the process of the FnF, which is called as full and final settlement. And if you have any queries in this full and final settlement process, you can ping me in the comment. You can comment in the comment section. I'm going to clarify your doubts immediately. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.